Hello, my friends, and welcome back to PlayStation Underground. I am joined by Ken from Cappy Games. Hello, sir.
How's it going?
We are playing Super Time Force Ultra on PS4 right now.
Time Force Ultra. Let's
welcome.
No,
and let us begin.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna let you play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just jump right in.
Okay. Tell me about Super Time Force Ultra, the game about time clones, which I just coined myself earlier
Time
this
Clones
morning.
is a good name for this. So this is, as you can tell, it's sort of a retro-inspired 2D pixel art run-and-gun shooter, but it sort of has a time-traveling twist. So you run around, you blow things up.
I love this description already. Run around, blow things up.
So there's a bunch of different characters that you can play as.
But wait.
Yeah, so you can run around, shoot things. You have your primary attack, and then you can charge up and do your secondary attack. And there's a whole bunch of different characters that you can pick, each with their own unique abilities and things like that.
Cool.
So the time-traveling twist is that if you get shot and die,
no!
Time out.
Oh, okay.
And then you can sort of like rewind, fast forward. So you can manipulate time.
Okay.
And then you can jump back in at a safe point. Like, let me just go all the way back here. Choose a new character. And then now you have your previous self running around there, blowing things up with you.
Now,
so,
and his previous, your former time clone self is still doing damage and blowing stuff up.
Yeah, so the whole idea is that the more you time out and the more you die and the more you rewind, the bigger of this army you're building of yourself.
So is it possible that just by the end of a stage you have like a gazillion people following you and attacking, or is there a limit? Have you imposed a few regulations on the time forcing?
So we give you 30 timeouts to work with.
Got it.
Which I think is plenty.
That's more than enough.
And
I would have been happy with 5.
It's sort of a nod to Contra. I don't know, like a lot of people who played Contra back in the day, the game's pretty much impossible unless you do the 30-man code, so it's sort of a nod to that. This whole game in general is sort of a nod to 80s and 90s culture.
Okay.
Because that's what we grew up playing as.
Yeah, rock on.
So as you die, you're building this army of yourself. Eventually the whole point is that you have like an entire army of yourself running around. It's something that we coined single-player co-op.
Okay.
Because
I like it.
Essentially playing with yourself.
And this character you're playing with right now looks like they have a couple shield techniques of some kind.
So this is Shieldy Blockerson. So there's different.
Wait, what is the character's name?
Shieldy Blockerson.
Shieldy Blockerson.
Yeah.
This is one of my new favorite games of all time.
So this whole game, there's a whole bunch of like wacky characters. So the story revolves around your commander. He's sort of a scientist who discovers time travel.
Okay.
But as soon as he does that, all of a sudden the world gets invaded with these robots that you're fighting, the Blound bots.
Okay.
So he makes it his mission to sort of save the world.
Sure, as all good-natured scientists probably do.
By jumping around through time and fixing history's dumb mistakes, as he puts it.
Okay.
So, in this game you travel to different time periods, so you'll go back to, the dinosaur era.
Okay.
To save the dinosaurs, because that'll make the world a better place, obviously.
Sure. To preserve dinosaur life.
Yeah.
Okay. Not to destroy it, but to make sure that they survive.
Yeah, because he thinks it would be awesome to have dinosaur
still have
buddies
dinosaurs rolling around.
Yeah. You'll go back to the medieval times. This game takes place across different time zones, so you'll be fighting different things in different time periods. I'm really bad at this game right now.
No, it's fine.
So as you can tell, this game is sort of a one-hit kill. It's meant to be kind of hardcore. Because the idea is that, sure, it's hard, sure, you'll die a lot, but since you can rewind time, you can sort of fix your mistakes. So as you can tell, I just saved her life by blocking the bullets that would have killed her. So that's sort of a mechanic in the game. And once you do that, you can sort of collect them and they become a power-up. So now you combine both of your characters together. So now you're a shield who also has a laser.
Oh my gosh!
So not only do the characters have different abilities, but you got to figure out the situation where they're the best at.
Yeah.
What different combination of characters will work really well to deal with different situations.
Absolutely.
So on the surface, it kind of looks like a chaotic, just run and gun shooter, but there's sort of this sort of strategic element behind it.
Yeah, absolutely.
In that you're timing out, figuring out where to rewind, figuring out who to use at different situations. And as you play, you're going to be finding different unlockable characters hidden throughout the worlds. So eventually you're gonna have this huge roster of characters, and they're all sort of wacky and crazy. So you know,
you mean Shieldy Blockerson isn't a totally normal character? Come on.
So you have Shieldy Blockerson, and I just saved another character. I'll show you.
You're a beast right now. You're a hero.
Yeah, well.
Now you have 30 timeouts that you said you're working with.
Yeah.
Is that just the number of kind of clones that you can make,
Yeah.
or do you literally can you only time out 30 times and then it's game over?
Yeah, so that's how many. They're sort of like lives. So
They're
once
sorta
you've
like
used up
lives.
the 30 of them, then
Okay.
if you die one more time, then you get game over.
So there is kind of an end state to
Yeah.
a level, and you'll have to just start from scratch again.
Originally,
So-
we wanted this game to have infinite enemies, but we realized that's technically impossible.
Okay, got it.
We experimenting with having like 100 characters on screen, but it just gets way too chaotic, and machines can't keep up with that kind of chaos.
So Ken, you're playing coy with me right now. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I know you have some secrets to show off.
Yeah, that's true. So as you know, this game we're working on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita version,
Which are coming this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully
later this
pretty
year.
soon.
Soon. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll say soon.
So for that, we wanted to create a special lineup of Sony-specific characters. So the one that we announced last year was Shuhei.
Oh my god.
So he's the president of. Oh, sorry, I just. Let's rewind that. Sorry.
No!
Pretend you didn't see that.
No, Shuhei.
Yeah. So when you think of Shuhei, what do you think of first?
I think of the president of Sony Computer Entertainment Worldwide Studios.
Yes, of course. And
then I also think of him tweeting and doing
Yeah.
a lot of social media.
yeah, so he's like if you've ever met him, he's like the friendliest guy. So we didn't want to give him like.
Look at
crazy
his
weapon.
run animation. Tell me that's not the best thing.
Yeah, so he fights shooting hearts. So no, you can destroy people with love, I guess.
Okay, well they do say kill him with kindness.
Yeah, so that's exactly what he does.
Okay.
And he
If
also
you
has.
kill Shuhei one more time, Ken, you're gonna break my
This
heart.
game is difficult, okay? So he can charge, and he can use his phone and tweet. So he can destroy people with tweets.
Was that a hashtag? STFU?
Yeah. So STFU doesn't mean what you think,
You think
it
it
means.
means,
It's
right.
the abbreviation for the game Super Time Force Ultra.
Of course. And you
Which-
meant nothing more by it.
Yeah, of course. We kind of did that on purpose. When we first created the game Super Time Force, and we realized it abbreviated to STF, we're like, all right, we got to release
Gotta put that
an
last
Ultra
one.
version to finish the joke.
Oh no! Something bad just happened.
Yeah, so this is the main villain of the game. His name is Dr. Infinity. He
Okay.
tries to foil all of your missions, and,
Okay.
and you don't really understand why.
Okay.
So as you can see, he's not very good at his job either. His machine just broke down.
Right. He looks like he's trying to hide his face, sort
yeah,
of.
Yeah, with his iPad mask, which has a blue screen right now.
Oh no, Dr. Infinity, you got to sort it out, man.
Yeah, so you'll
He's a mess.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll encounter him a few times throughout the game. So this is your commander, Commander Rapitsky. He's the guy in charge. They're all sort of this whole game is sort of doesn't take itself too seriously.
No, it's deathly serious, man.
It's time travel.
I'm all in. So so I got to say that Shuhei, we all love Yoshida-san, but he's not the only one.
Yeah, that's true.
It's been added to this
so
roster.
let's see who else we have in store for you.
I'm so excited. This is perfect. Oh, I like that little radar device. I
Totally
totally
loves
love
this.
you guys.
All right, so the next guy we have is
Journey character.
I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's in a different language.
The Hooded Traveler.
Yes, the Hooded Traveler. So
I
yeah,
don't, that's not official. That's just my interpretation of the character's name.
yeah. So yeah, Journey, another really big game on PSN.
A huge game and a special game to a lot of gamers,
Yeah.
including Shuhei, actually.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
So it's all connected, man.
So when you think of this guy, what do you think of?
I think of really peaceful and poignant meditation on the cyclical nature of life and the eventual rise towards a sort of higher understanding of the greater universe.
When we thought of him blowing out robots. and
Okay,
stuff, so
perfect. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's do
so
that one.
We wanted to keep that in mind. Like he's a sort of a peaceful character, so he doesn't have a huge gun or anything like that, but he can sort of summon scarves.
Yes.
So he doesn't exactly attack anyone, but the scarves will always try to protect him. So he's a really different character. He can float around. He can double jump.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime we sort of do these crossover characters, we put a lot of effort to make sure we stay true
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
the original.
To the source material.
Yeah.
And the scarves, the flying scarves,
Yeah.
are definitely a theme in
Yeah.
Journey. Absolutely.
So yeah, it was really awesome, working with that game company, and just doing these sort of these crossover characters in general. They gave us sort of the creative freedom to do whatever we want. So we obviously put a lot of effort to make sure that, to stay true to the themes of the game.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was really awesome, that they let us do something like this, and I think.
Can you do the little chirp?
Yeah, so you can do the chirp, and it sort of acts like a shield, so you can reflect bullets.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Chirpy. So, I'm so glad that I don't think I've seen you die as the Journey character
yeah,
yet,
exactly.
So well done. Let's keep it that way.
So we have one more character.
What?
Yes. So
is it me?
No comment yet. But yeah,
yes,
so we wanted to have one more sort of badass character.
Okay.
So someone.
Yeah.
Let's have someone with a crazy gun. So we decided Sir Galahad from The Order.
1886.
Yeah. So one of the biggest games of this year. So he's your typical badass. He's got his Luger pistol, and then of course he's got his trademark arc cannon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so this guy's
phenomenal.
This guy's just your badass.
Yeah, I love that the mustache is a pronounced part of his sprite.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. The pixel art looks amazing, by the way. I love it. So
yeah.
kudos to your artists.
Yeah.
Or artists.
Yeah.
I don't know how many artists are working on this.
Yeah, so the art team was just three guys from the studio, Mike, Vic, and Kelly. So, they're amazing pixel artists, and especially when we gave them the opportunity to do these characters, like as you saw Shuhei, he's sort of wacky.
Yeah.
You kind of have to give these characters a unique visual design in order to make them fit into, this like 10 by 10 pixels or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Their face is only like 2 pixels for the eyes. So it really it takes a lot of care to put personality into the pixel art. So I think they did a really awesome job.
Absolutely, and especially with things like even animation. I mean, you can get a lot of personality out of it, how something animates. And
yeah,
how something,
exactly.
Displays on screen.
So people think pixel art, it's like it's outdated or it's really easy to do, but we don't. I don't agree completely with that. I think,
that's fair.
Especially at the studio, we really treat pixel art as a valid art style. It's not just something you do because you're trying to be retro or whatever like that.
No, absolutely, it has its merits. Like so many art styles out there.
Yeah, exactly.
It has its merits. Absolutely. I'm actually a huge fan of pixel art, so I'm all for it.
Yeah, me too. I grew up playing 8-bit games, so I might be a little bit biased, but.
Oh no, we totally are. I mean, there's no doubt about it, but that doesn't mean that it's not. Everything you said isn't 100% true.
Yeah.
That is looking so good, man.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about, before we wrap up, and you can keep playing, in the background, and I'll test you on how well you can play and be interviewed at the same time. Super Time Force Ultra is coming to PS4 and PS Vita.
Yeah, it's
coming
going to be
soon.
Yeah, it's going to be a cross-buy.
Cross-buy game.
I think we're targeting $14.99.
Okay.
As the price.
So
point.
early targets are looking like that. Excellent. I mean, what is it like developing on PlayStation, man? Has it been a good ride?
Yeah, for sure.
You can only say yes.
Especially the PS4. I mean, of course, the PS4 is a super powerful machine. Much more powerful than you need for a game like this. But yeah, developing has been super easy. For Vita, we didn't really have the Vita in mind when we originally developed the game, so there's a little reworking that we're gonna have to do. But we're working with a really great company, Other Ocean. They're helping us out with a lot of the Vita-specific questions that we had.
Excellent.
But I don't know, we're just super excited to have it on Vita. I mean, we're all huge fans of the Vita at the studio. Most people play all of their games on Vita because it's easy to play games on the go.
So true.
Yeah.
And this game seems like such an awesome
exactly.
fit.
After we finished the game, we're like, man, imagine we could play this on the go. So having the opportunity to put it on Vita, I think is something that a lot of us wanted to see too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, then I'm sure that the Vita community is really appreciative that you guys are bringing it over.
Yeah.
I can't speak for them, of course, but as a Vita owner myself, I appreciate it.
And all of the stuff coming on Vita, I mean, it's so exciting, with Titan Souls. I'm really looking forward to that.
Absolutely. I think
Shovel Knight, I think, was recently announced.
I think Shovel Knight's on the way. So, sorry, we're giving ourselves away a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Because this is being recorded at a different time.
Yes.
But yes, Shovel Knight, now available.
Yeah, now available, of course.
But Ken, it was so nice to have you here,
no
man.
problem.
And thank you for showing off Super Time Force Ultra, STFU.
STFU.
As informally called. Any parting words to the PlayStation community?
Not really.
Nope.
Nope, I'm good. I'm playing a boss right now, so excuse my my inability
No,
to
Dr.
speak.
Affinity isn't going to fight himself.
Yes.
Unless sometimes in this case he botches his own plans,
Yeah.
but that's all right.
But yeah, so look forward to Super Time Force on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita. Yeah, check it out, buy it, enjoy it, and enjoy the new characters. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Ken.
No problem.
That was Super Time Force Ultra, and that was PlayStation Underground. My thanks again to Ken for coming on, and of course we will have more Underground in the future, so come on back to YouTube and check us out. In the meantime, I'm going to have Ken sign our developer wall because that is what we do around here. So thanks again, Ken, and there you go. Cheers, guys.
PlayStation